Dear students, I am Dr. Kshirsagar, Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, College of Agriculture, Baramati. Now today we are learn the photosynthesis part 1, in which we are discussing the pigment of photosynthesis and types of pigments and etc. Autotrophs or the autotrophic plants synthesize the enormous amount of organic foods with the help of light energy available from sun. Why the plants are autotrophic, or what mean by the autotrophs? Autotrophic means auto means self generated, tropic means producing. Means autotrophic means the plants are producing their food own, and heterotrophic means we depends upon others for the foods. Plants are not depends on the others, they produce their food itself. Then carbohydrates produced through the photosynthesis constitute the basic raw materials which directly or indirectly give rise to all the organic compounds of virtually all the plants and animals. The plants and photosynthesis. The plants are the autotrophs, that is, they can make their own foods. Plants are produce of the biosphere, that is, they produce the food to sustain the other living organism as well. Now, what mean by the photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means the put together. Photosynthesis means the plants have chloroplasts which can capture the light energy and convert it into the chemical energy and store in the glucose or the organic form. This is called as the photosynthesis. Simply the photosynthesis literally means the photo means the light and the synthesis means the production of sugar. That is, the plant synthesize organic matter means the carbohydrates in the presence of light. What is the photosynthesis? Definition of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a visual physiological process wherein the chloroplast of green plants synthesize the sugars by using the water and carbon dioxide in the presence of light. This is called as the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is sometimes called as the carbon assimilation. Carbon assimilation means what? The absorption into the system is called as the assimilation. Means the absorption of carbon in the photosynthesis process is called as the carbon assimilation. Makes the organic molecules out of the inorganic material. Means the making the glucose from inorganic materials like carbon dioxide and water. In the process of photosynthesis, the organic molecules are produced from the inorganic material. This is the process of photosynthesis. It begins all food chains and webs. Thus, all the life is supported by this process. Means all life of the animals and different organisms is depends upon the plants. Because of other animals are the heterotrophs and only plants are the autotrophs. They prepare their own foods and others are not prepared their own foods. They depends on others. It also makes the oxygen gas. Means in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen are released and CO2 is absorbed into the atmosphere. Maintain the equilibrium of CO2 in the atmosphere and purifies the atmosphere by utilizing the CO2. The vast reserve of the energy in the form of coal, oil, peats and dung are the outcome of photosynthesis. This is the useful outcome of the photosynthesis. Then photosynthesis means putting together with the light. Photo means light, synthesis means putting together with the lights. Plants use the sunlight to turn the water and carbon dioxide into the glucose, and glucose is a kind of sugar. This process is called as the photosynthesis. Plants use the glucose as the food for energy and as a building block for the growing or their growth. Autotrophs makes the glucose and heterotrophs are the consumers of it. Means we are the consumer and plants are the maker. Autotrophs, you all are understand that the autotroph means what, and heterotrophs also. Then photosynthesis. Now we are discussing the photosynthesis overview. The synthesis of carbohydrates by the green plants in the presence of light by utilizing the carbon dioxide and water is called as the photosynthesis. This is the definition of photosynthesis or the meaning of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis can be defined as the formation of carbon containing compounds from the carbon dioxide and water by the illuminated green cells, water and oxygen being the byproducts. This is another definition of photosynthesis. Now, it is the simplest reaction of the photosynthesis. For this reaction is having 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O. It gives glucose C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. This happens in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Where does the O2 comes from? Means in your minds some questions are raised. One question is where does the O2 comes from? Then answer is gives from the photosynthesis. CO2 is taken into the leaf through the stomata for the photosynthesis. Means the stomata is absorb the CO2 for the photosynthesis and O2 is released out of the leaf through the stomata as a product of photosynthesis. We understand that the CO2 is released from through the stomata for photosynthesis and O2 is released out of the leaf through the stomata as the product of photosynthesis, is a byproduct of photosynthesis. In order to determine whether the O2 gas product comes from the reactant CO2 or from the H2O means the water, scientists use the trace or the radioisotopic is the oxygen first in the CO2 and then means the first in a carbon dioxide and then in a water as follows. First experiment, 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O, it gives C6H12O6 plus 6 H2O plus 6 O2 is not labeled. Then experiment second, we label the O2, 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O, it gives C6H12O6 plus H2O plus 6 O2 is a label. Means in two experiment, O is released from the CO2 and not than others. Okay. Then fate of the atoms in a photosynthesis. It was proved from the above experiment. Before we discussed the experiment that the O2 product came from the splitting of the reactant of H2O molecules. Consequently, the fate of all the atoms in the chemicals reaction of photosynthesis were determined. Means reactant is a 6 CO2 and 12 H2O. Products are H12 from water and O from CO2, and again this 6H2O, O from CO2 and H2 from water and O from the hydrogen. That's a. Before that, in this experiment, first experiment O2 is highlighted or not labeled, and in experiment that's a labeled. Means first experiment O2 is not released from the CO2, and in experiment 2 the O2 is released from water, because we find out because of the O2 is labeled, that's why this is the final answer is the O2 is the release from the water. Done. Then photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Both the photosynthesis and cellular respiration are redox reaction, but they are reverse of each other. Whereas the photosynthesis is an endergonic reaction, cellular respiration is an exergonic reaction. Means you see in this this is 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O, it gives the C6H12 plus 6 H2O plus 6 O2. It is the reduction, means 6 CO2 it reduce, this is the reduction process, gives the 6 CO2 C6H12O6, and from water hydrogen is released, there is the oxidation. This is a reduction, means the formation of glucose, and reduction and oxidation means for release of oxygen. This is a oxygen. In next reaction we see this reaction happens in a light, and this reaction is happen in a night. That's is again reverse. Glucose is converted into the 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O. It is the oxidation reaction, and O2 is absorbed and it form the H2O. It is the reduction process. That's ultimately it is the reverse of the each other. Then oxidation means what? The loss of electrons from the substance is called as the oxidation reaction, or the in oxidation the oxygen is gained, or the release, or the byproduct is the oxygen means the formation of glucose and release of CO2. O2. This is the oxidation reaction. And the reduction reaction, the gain of electron to the substance, means the loss of oxygen. In the reduction reaction, the oxygen is lost, and in oxidation, the oxygen is gained or the absorbed. Gaining means the form, and the electrons are lost is the oxidation reaction, and reduction, the electrons are gains in the reaction, and the loss of oxygen is called as the reduction reaction. Next, then plant cell. Plant cells, it is the one photosynthesis apparatus. This you see this is the leaf cross section area, and these are the mesophyll cells. These are the mesophyll cells. This is the epidermal cells. Upper portion is the epidermal cells, in which chloroplasts are absent. There where the chloroplasts are not present. In middle portion, this is the mesophyll cells, in which the chloroplasts are present. This is the green portion. This is the chloroplasts are present. And this cell contains, you see, this so many cells are present in the mesophyll cells, and these cells are containing the chloroplast. You see, this is the chloroplast. One single cell is having the chloroplast. Okay, this is the plant cells. Then briefly we discuss the structure of chloroplast. Then this is the intermembrane space. This is the intermembrane space, and this is the outer membrane, or this one is the outer membrane, this one is the inner membrane, and this is the granum, stalk of the thylakoids. This is the stalk of the thylakoids, and single one is called as the thylakoid, and aqueous fluid in between the thylakoids and granum is the stroma. This is called as the stroma. Granum is the stalk of the thylakoids, and in between granum, the thylakoids lumens is the in between the present. This is called as the lumen. Okay, thylakoid lumen. This is the structure of chloroplast. Then what is the chloroplast? Chloroplast is the organelle where photosynthesis takes place. Chloroplasts are a double membrane bound the organ, then in which some structures are present like a thylakoids. Thylakoids means the stalks of the pillow-shaped membranes are filled with the chlorophyll and enzymes where light reactions occur. In thylakoids, light reaction is occur. Next one is the stroma. Stroma is the fluid filling the rest of the chloroplast containing certain enzymes for the Calvin cycle. These two are the organelles present in the chloroplast. Then you see briefly see the thylakoid structure. This is the thylakoid membrane. This is the thylakoid space, and this is the stalk of the thylakoid is called as the granum. Okay, thylakoids is the pillow stalk like shape, or the membranes are filled with the chlorophyll and enzyme where the light reaction is occur. Okay, then pigments of the chloroplast. Some pigments are present in the chloroplast. Photosynthetic pigments are of 3 types. It is 7 types. Okay, is 7 types chlorophyll pigments and is known as the chlorophyll A, B, C, D and E, and bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. These are the some photosynthetic pigments or the chlorophyll pigments. Then 3 types are like chlorophylls, carotenoids and phycobilins. The chlorophylls and the carotenoids are insoluble in water and can be extracted only with the organic solvents such as the acetone, petroleum ether and alcohol. Phycobilins are soluble in water. Only phycobilins are soluble in water and chlorophylls and carotenoids are soluble in acetone, petroleum ether and alcohol. It is not soluble in water. Carotenoids includes the carotenes and xanthophylls. The xanthophylls are also called as carotenols. Then chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, it is a green color pigments. Chlorophylls are a magnesium porphyrin compounds. The porphyrin rings consist of 4 pyrrole rings joined together. CH bridges long chain carbon atoms called as a phytol chain is attached to the porphyrin ring at a pyrrole ring's fourth. Then the chemical structure of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are well established. The molecular formula of chlorophyll A is the C55H72O5N4Mg, and chlorophyll B is the difference between the chlorophyll A and B is the difference in hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. Means the chlorophyll A having the molecular formula is C55H72O5N4Mg and chlorophyll B is a C55H70O6N4Mg. Okay, it's clear. Then both of them consist of magnesium porphyrin head, which is a hydrophilic, and a phytol tail, which is a lipophilic. The two chlorophylls differ because in the chlorophyll B there is a CHO groups instead of CH3 group at the third carbon atom in a pyrrole ring second. Chlorophyll is formed from the protochlorophyll in a light. Okay, this is the structure of the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. You see the 4 nitrogen atom and 1 Mg. Okay, what is the molecular formula of the chlorophyll A? C55H72O4 O5 N4 and Mg. Okay, this is the molecular formula of chlorophyll A, and chlorophyll B is C55H70O6N4Mg. Okay, then you see the difference. This is the 4N This is the 4N. 1 mg, 1 mg. C55, this is the C, is the C. All this C, this is CC. Okay, this is a 55. H is the 70. 1 H are absent. Okay. Hydrogen ions are absent. And 2 oxygens, 1 oxygen is added in chlorophyll B. Okay. This is a chlorophyll structure A and B. Then carotenoids. It is the yellow or orange pigments. Carotenes. Carotenes are the hydrocarbons with a molecular formula C40H56. Xanthophylls are the carotenols. They are similar to carotenes but differ in having 2 oxygen atoms in the form of hydroxyl or the carboxyl group. The molecular formula is C40H56 and O2. It is the only difference is a oxygen atom is present in a xanthophyll and oxygen atom is absent in carotene. Then the role of carotenoid is a absorption of a light energy and transfer the light energy to chlorophyll molecules. Chlorophyll A molecules. They also play a very important role in preventing the photodynamic damage with the photosynthetic apparatus. Photodynamic damage is caused by oxygen molecules which is very reactive and is capable of oxidizing whole range of organic compounds such as chlorophyll, and they by making them unfit for their normal physiological functions. Then third pigment is the phycobilins. It is the red and blue pigments. These also contains the 4 pyrrole ring but lack of the Mg and phytol chain of from the chlorophyll structures. Then location of photosynthesis pigment in chlorophyll. Where is the photosynthetic pigments are present? The photosynthetic pigments are located in a grana portion. So okay, this is the thylakoids, stalk of the thylakoids, and this portion is called as a grana. And in grana portion of the chloroplast, there is the photosynthetic pigments are the present, this called as the chlorophyll, and they are present in the thylakoid membrane or the membrane of grana lamella. The membrane of thylakoid is made up of protein and lipids, or the membrane consists of both the lipid layer and protein layer. The hydrophilic head of the chlorophyll molecules remains embedded in the protein layer while the lipophilic phytol tail in the lipid layers. The other pigments are thought to be present along with the chlorophyll molecules. Then some distribution of photosynthetic pigments in a plant kingdom, where the chlorophyll A or which plant kingdoms the photosynthetic pigments are present. One is the chlorophylls. Where is the chlorophylls are present, or the which plants having the chlorophylls contents? Chlorophyll A. All photosynthesized plants except the bacteria, chlorophyll A is present. Higher plants and green algae are having the chlorophyll B. Diatoms and brown algae having the chlorophyll C, and red algae having the chlorophyll D. Bacteria chlorophyll A, B, C, D and E. It is present in purple and green bacteria. And carotenoids. Where the carotenoids are present? Carotenes are the alpha and beta present in higher plants and algae. Xanthophylls are also present in higher plants and algae. Leucines, it is present in green leaves and green and red algae. Vioxanthin is present in a green leaves. Ficozanthin is present in a brown algae. Phycobilins are present in where? The phycocyanin are present in a blue-green algae and red algae. Phycoerythrines are present in a blue-green algae and red algae. Allophycocyanin is present in a blue-green and red algae. Means the phycobilins are present in the blue-green algae and red algae. Means algae. It's present in a algae. Okay. Then light is the major role in the photosynthesis. During the photosynthesis, the chlorophyll pigments can absorb only the some wavelength of the visible light from the electromagnetic spectrum. Visible light consists of the following colors or the wavelengths in order of increasing the wavelength or decreasing the energy. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. This is the 7 colors are present in the light. And the grana of the chloroplast absorb mainly blue, violet and the red, orange light. Green light is reflected and transmitted by the green plants. Hence, they appear greens. Okay, is a green light is reflected and transmitted by green plants. Hence, they appears green. Okay. Then the nature of light. The light is energy emitted as the photons, which act as both the particles and waves. Different wavelengths of light carries different amount of energy. The shorter wavelength is the higher energy and longer wavelength low energy. Different wavelength is equal to different colors. Sunlight is the mixture of different wavelengths. Okay. Then the infrareds, ultraviolets. Is the infrared is the longer wavelength and it is the shorter and the means longer to shorter wavelength, and the frequency is in longer wavelength. The frequency is light frequency is low. The shorter wavelength, the frequency is higher, and in a longer wavelength the energy is low, and shorter wavelength the energy is high. It is the difference between the longer wavelength and shorter wavelength. Then light. Photon is the discrete packet of light energy. The shorter the wavelength, the greater the energy, and vice versa. We seen in a last slide. Then it is the electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum, in which the electromagnetic spectrum using both the wave frequency and wavelength in a centimeter. Okay, both the wavelength, this is the energy and frequency and length. Okay, various portion of the spectrum are shown here. Various spectrums are shown here, and the visible portion is expanded to indicate the region that appears to the human eyes to have various colors. Okay, you see, This is a different spectrum or the lights, visible lights. This is the visible light. This is the visible light. Okay, it's a visible light. Then quantum require and quantum yield. Light rays consist of tiny particles called as the photons, and the energy carried by a photon is called as a quantum. Okay, light rays consist of tiny particles called as a photons, and the energy carried by the photons is called as a quantum. Okay, the number of photons is called quantum. Number of photons is a quantum carried to release one molecule of oxygen in a photosynthesis is called as a quantum requirement. On the other hand, the number of oxygen molecules released per photon of the light in photosynthesis is called as a quantum yield. On the other hand, the number of oxygen molecules released per photon of the light in the photosynthesis is called as the quantum yield. The quantum yield is always fraction of the 1. According to Emerson and his co-workers, photosynthesis is a very complicated process and is not so efficient to convert all the light energy into the chemical energy. A considerable loss of a light energy absorbed during the photosynthesis, and therefore the minimum quantum requirement for the photosynthesis as suggested by Emerson and co-workers are 8 to 10. Considering that the quantum requirement for the photosynthesis in 8 to 10, the quantum yield would according to 1 upon 8 to 1 upon 10 is the 0.125 to 0.10. Okay, this is the quantum requirement and quantum yield. Then what is the absorption spectrum of the chlorophyll? The portion of the electromagnetic spectrum which participates in a photosynthesis is from 300 to 900 nanometer. The absorption of different wavelength of the light by the particular pigments is called as a absorption spectrum. Chlorophylls absorb the maximum light in the violet, blue and red part of the spectrum. Understand? The chlorophylls absorb the maximum light in the violet, blue and red part of the spectrum. Absorption peaks of the chlorophyll A are 410 to 660, and for the chlorophyll B is the 452 to 642. Carotenoids absorb the light energy in the blue and blue-green part of the spectrum. Okay. Then we see in this graph, carotenoids are absorbed from the maximum light is absorbed from there is 442 to up to 642, and then this is the maximum light absorbed from the chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and that's chlorophyll A. This is the absorption of light. Okay, this is a chlorophyll A absorbed from 410 to 610. Chlorophyll B is a 442 to 642, and carotenoids is absorb the light from red to blue, blue to red. Okay, then action spectrum. Pigments present in plants or any living organisms have the ability to absorb the radiant energy to carry out the physiological reaction. It is difficult to decide which specific pigments is actually associated with the particular photochemical reactions. Hence, a common procedure to identify the pigments involved in a particular photo reaction is to determine the action spectrum. That is the measuring the rate of the particular photoreactions. Once the action spectrum for a photophysiological reaction is determined, the next step is to compare this action spectrum with the absorption spectrum of the pigments. Two pigments A and B were isolated from the same plant and their absorption spectra were determined. Pigment A has a peak in absorption at 395 nanometer and a pigment B at 660 nanometer. The close correspondence between the absorption spectrum and the action spectrum of the pigment B strongly supported that the pigment B is responsible for the absorbing radiant energy to drive this. Okay. Then action spectrum. You see chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. This is the chlorophyll B, chlorophyll A and carotene. Okay. Then action spectrum. This is the rate of photosynthesis. This is the rate of photosynthesis increase in chlorophyll A, again decreasing, again increasing in 700. Okay. This is a rate of photosynthesis increase in 460 and this 660. Okay, approximate. Then thank you for this lecture.